Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy to welcome you again. I'm just wondering if you can hear me. And good morning, Anastasia. If you can hear me, can you just wave me or let me know? Hi. We are just about to start our training. Today is the 19th of May, Tuesday, and it's a beautiful, little bit gloomy day outside. The UV index is 2. Hi Fariva, so I hope you all have your morning skincare routine done, and you all have had your sunblock on as well. Again, even on those gloomy, no sun days, we still have UV protection. Hi guys. Hi Active Crystal, hi everyone, thank you for joining. And today, as it says on the Facebook, the announcement, we are going to talk again a little bit of active skincare ingredients and to show and to present some of them which are actually included in our skincare. And for those who actually have been joining to our trainings, for the last year, might remember that actually every time when we would touch base this or that skincare, we would always go and present active ingredients which actually are supposed to work on our skin to address these or those concerns. And again, if we look and compare professional skincare and just a mass market skincare, no matter how much expensive it will be always different in the content, what actually inside of this jar or inside of the tube. And to my belief and to my understanding is actually the smarter the formulation is, the better results we will have eventually with our skin journey. That's why I'm always being kind of ingredient junkie. I like to explore, and I hope you will all share this passion, this passion to ingredients and to actually what's inside of the jar and how it's supposed to work on our skin. We decided to come up with the idea just to refresh and to boost our memory in terms of active ingredients, because it's so many of them out there, and skin industry had changed over the last 20-30 years, and many things we didn't know 20 years ago we know now, and actually we can see it is working, and it's working wonderful. I remember back in the days when I was doing my dermal course, and we would go through active ingredients, we wouldn't even have all those formulations of vitamin C. We would have very little idea of vitamin A, and we also would have a very vague understanding of the interaction between ingredients. We would have mainly emollients. We would go with more sort of classical facial treatments where we would have a lot more extractions involved, or resurfacing and scrubbing. Today we know that actually we can deliver our ingredients a lot deeper with much less trauma, with no disrupting skin barrier, but actually strengthening and supporting it. So that's all these science behind these little jars and tubes. It's all the science of formulations and chemistry and skin ingredients and how it will interact with our skin and how it will help us to rejuvenate, to support, to hydrate, to protect, to prevent, and to fix what has been damaged already. So as we all know, the vitamin A is the biggest organ in our body, and it needs lots of things. It's so complex. We are going to talk specifically about the face, skin of the face, because this is actually our area of concern. But just keeping in mind, morning Alexandra, that actually the rest of the skin on our body is probably a little bit, maybe one hand neglected, just because we do not tend to give so much attention to whatever goes on our backs or elbows or whatsoever. On the other hand, it has been less impacted by sun exposure, by inappropriate skincare or inappropriate cosmetic products. So that's why again we're going to focus on faces next decolleté mainly, but just to let you know, we also have a great range of products for body. In case if you are interested, we just can raise it up onto our next trainings as well, and it may be just a little bit more even relevant now by the season. So the summer is just around the corner, and many of us will want to bring more fresh sort of refresher for the clients in terms of body treatments. But today we are going to focus on active ingredients for our products in to our lines, alpha beta retinol and vitamin C. And why it is so? Just because to have it organized and to keep it nice and not to get us lost, I've been thinking that it might be a good idea if we just go by alphabetical order with active ingredients, and that's why we're going to start just as it goes, A, B, C. And we are going to start, of course, from vitamin A, because it's just the first in line, and it's one of my favorites, and this is just such a powerful element. Our skin cannot be healthy and happy, and let's just try and see what actually is going on with vitamin A and how it's helping to our skin. What happens if we don't have enough of vitamin A, and what products from our lines and ranges contain this beautiful molecule, and how we can implement it in our skincare for our lovely clients. Another consideration to talk about vitamin A was just because this is so often that I get asked about vitamin A. Is this okay to use vitamin A on the summer days or summertime? Is this the right time of the year to use vitamin A? The answer is yes. Vitamin A is essential all year round. Vitamin A is just a champion of the skincare. It's one of the most powerful active skin ingredients. We just have to know, and we have to educate our clients to treat it right, to treat it with respect, with care, and the results will be amazing. Now, just also to know that vitamin A is not replacing all the other active ingredients. They all work synergistically, and it just, again, to reiterate my saying before, that the skin is super complex, is super intricate. It needs so many things into it to keep it healthy, to keep it happy, to keep it going. So I'm not saying that we have to have vitamin A on our skin. We do not need any other elements. No, we do need them. So we're just going to, again, have a look and try to have it organized and settled into our memories, into our brain. And I believe the more and the slower we'll go, the more knowledge and experience we will gain, and we'll be just much more comfortable to operate with our clients when we have a skin diagnosis, when we have skin analysis, when we have skin consultations, when we just need to keep going with the home care for our clients. All right, so again, thank you for those who join us this very moment, and for those who joined us from the very beginning. For those who don't know who I am Irina, and we are here at Active Crystals talking about importance of active skincare and active ingredients in topical skincare today. So all skin, regardless of their genetic disposition, gender, types, color, whatsoever, need vitamin A, need vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin E, antioxidants, protection, essential fatty acids. Every skin needs SPF when they go outside, and even if they don't go outside. So understanding the meaning and importance of active ingredients may help to definitely enhance not just our practice, but also the health of the skin. And it's not about only aesthetic and how we look, it's also about the health, how we feel, and how we protect our internal organs, how we actually keep this beautiful protective layer keep going and doing its great job. So with vitamin A, it's the romance of vitamin A with the skin industry actually had started a long time ago, approximately I would say around over a century ago, it's been known that vitamin A is essential and is doing something to the skin. But because we didn't have back then extended research, we couldn't see the magical power of vitamin A in the skin. So the formulators and the scientists who would work on this industry, they wouldn't really refer to vitamin A as some powerful molecule which can do significant changes. Later on, somewhere in the mid of last century, vitamin A had gained more attention again, and it's been proved on some trials and experiments that vitamin A is actually able to improve skin texture by reducing wrinkles, lines, and reducing enlarged pores. Unfortunately, the research didn't take long enough time, so the results were rather discouraging, because people would think, well, okay, it's not enough, and we'll just stop it in the middle. However, later on, one of the a few main leading guru in cosmetic industry came back to vitamin A and discovered that vitamin A is actually able to treat some other conditions, not just the wrinkles and fine lines, but also to reduce a photo damage on the skin. It's been also shown that vitamin A, not just orally but also topically, can treat some acneic conditions, acne. Vitamin A has helped to reduce sensitivity of the skin and some obvious visible redness which would happen from diffused sort of capillaries and a thinned epidermal layer of the skin. So basically, based on this, those researchers and scientists made the conclusion that vitamin A actually was something which was not new to the skin, but it was actually a very well-known compound by the skin, and skin was happy to have it back. We all born with a beautiful, lovely skin. We have a plenty of goodness and goodies in our skin. And again, if you look at us, at ourselves or our kids or just kids around, we can see how beautiful and juicy and smooth and plump their skin is. Their skin is just full of collagen, elastin, moisture, hydration. It just has this nice even color, no blemishes, nothing. One of the reasons is because it also has a good amount of vitamin A. As we age, and it's not just an aging process, it's also as we age, I would say starting from age, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, when we tend to spend a lot more time outside. We keep having this accumulating damage of UV, and UV is one of the main reasons why our vitamin A is actually destroyed. Vitamin A, on one hand, is a really super powerful antioxidant and helping to filter UV. On the other hand, as every other essential element of our system, it tends to break down, it tends to deplete, it tends to go away. So if we do not replace and replenish it on our skin, we can actually end up in quite poor conditions with our skin. And many people would normally ask us, so what about some topical supplements? If we just, oral supplements or a healthy diet? Yes, healthy diet is definitely helping. If you eat plenty of vegetables and fruit and fishes, and you take some supplements and you take fish oil or better of cod liver oil, you may definitely have a beautiful intake of vitamin A, for example, if we're talking about vitamin A. But the skin will be the last organ to have all those benefits. So basically, it will get really next to nothing or just not enough to provide all skin cells with those beautiful essential elements. So what happens is that's why the idea of topical applications is actually the best idea to provide our skin with all those necessities of compounds and components which our skin is so in need. So that's why it's actually so essential to pay attention to what is in our products and what kind of vitamin A and how much it is. And we go and talk about vitamin A, we'll see that actually one of our lines, alpha beta retinol, is full of vitamin A, and it's beautiful because it really helps to rejuvenate, it helps to hydrate, and it has so many beautiful functions. We just cannot not use vitamin A, and I can't rave enough of it. All right, so what happens if we don't use enough of vitamin A? Basically, what vitamin A deficiency can, how it can manifest on our skin in many different ways. As I said, I believe that our generation, if we knew back in the days, like 30 years ago, that sun protection is essential and it will help us to keep our skin a lot healthier, I believe we would all use sun protection factors, sunscreens and sunblocks even back then. But 30 years ago, we didn't really know much about sunblocks, especially I don't know about Canada or the United States, but I came from former Soviet Union, and I'm sure many of us just had no idea what a sunblock is. I would rather go on the sun and would sit hours and hours on the sun until I would get burned. And then I believe it actually was one of the main factors why I came up with really bad acne when I was a teenager, just because my skin was so compromised. And it's just not my story, it's a story of many people. And again, it would have been just also genetic factors, predispositions and tendency. It would have been also some contributing factors like a healthy diet or unhealthy diet, using inappropriate makeup and stuff like that. But the main reason of deteriorated skin conditions would be a sun exposure, accumulative sun exposure, where it would damage our keratinocytes in the basal layer, and they would produce ill, unwell skin cells with less protection, with less hydration, with much more damage in the Langerhans cells, because once Langerhans cells have this damage from UV and have no support of vitamin A, they actually can lead to those conditions where we have unregulated sebum secretions and also delayed shed of dead cells, which actually accumulates into our pores and leads to obstructions of sebaceous glands. So basically what happens, our pores get clogged with extra sebum production and the dead cells. The content of dead cells is poisonous, so we have some bacteria starting to go around, and as a result we start develop large blackheads, which can get oxidized into whiteheads. And once we have this content of poisonous content of dead cells with the bacteria, it might grow into papules and pustules. So here we go. This is how we end up with the inflammation, with dehydration, with acne conditions. Later on, we also have the problem with the distribution of melanin, which cannot be regulated because we are deficient of vitamin A. So we start having a lot more spots, a lot more uneven skin tone, patches. Later on in the life, it may affect women with hormonal pigmentation like melasma or chloasma, and it's all again based on deficiency of vitamin A, which had started many years ago, basically in our childhood. That is why I am so nudges about sunblocks as well. Please use sunblock every day. It doesn't matter how much sun you can see or you do not see outside, even on those days like today. Use your sunblock at least twice a day, and I can assure you your skin will be much healthier, much happier, much more resilient, and it will be a lot easier to manage and to improve skin conditions. Thank you. Okay, so back to the vitamin A. So we've been talking at so far about the benefits and benefits of vitamin A and what happens if we have deficiency of vitamin A. That is why I think now we can just talk about our alpha beta retinol products. I'm sure many of you are familiar with those products, but again, just to bring it to the idea and to understanding that we have this sort of better understanding why actually we can use vitamin A during the summertime, to what skin conditions can suit best, how often we can use this or that cream. And just again to refresh our memory, because I believe it's good, and we're going to use this time while we're still sort of in quarantine, and when it's over we will feel a lot more energized and filled in terms of education. All right, alpha beta retinol. So we have, I think it's almost all of the products from this line I've gotten here. I am just going to go briefly through each product and maybe to have a little bit more accentuated attention on some of them. So alpha beta retinol, we have retinol in almost each product of this line. We've got we've got alpha beta with retinol in the restoring cream for the night use. We have it in the day defense. We have it in the brightening drops. We also have it in a soap and in the prepping lotion, and also in the prepping pads. The only retinol, the slightly different form of vitamin A which we have, it's a retinol palmitate, and it's in our mask, in a brightening mask, and we'll talk about it as well. So what's the difference between retinol and retinol palmitate? Retinol palmitate, it's the ester form of vitamin A, and this is the most plentiful form of vitamin A in our skin, in our systems basically. Retinol palmitate can be stored into our skin cells, into our tissues, and it's actually released into the skin cells when our skin needs it, and it needs it every day. So it's working like a non-stop conveyor. So, and it doesn't occur naturally anymore as we age. It's actually just goes and keep working and just keep being depleted. So that's why it's so really important to replenish and to restore vitamin A again and again in our skin. I also wanted to just quickly refresh our memory about the vitamin A conversion. There is a big difference between vitamin A from doctors, a medical form of vitamin A, which is retinoic acid, and it's also the big difference between retinoic acid and cosmeceutical forms of vitamin A. So the cosmeceutical forms of vitamin A, they are retinol palmitate, retinol acetate, which are esters. We've got also retinaldehyde, which are more alcohol forms of vitamin A with slightly faster penetration. We also have some more kind of latest formulations of vitamin A, which is one of them is retinol propionate and retinol proxipilonate, which is found in other skin products of our Christina lines. But mainly what happens every time when we apply vitamin A on our skin, it definitely can go down and lock into receptors and penetrate the cell's barrier and go into the DNA and repair and fix the damages which actually had been sitting on this DNA and making our skin cells much weaker, sicker, and less functioning. So the difference between those forms is also essential. That is why we can be completely safe and use retinol palmitate and acetate on daily basis. If we are new users to retinol, which is a stronger form of vitamin A, we have to start gradually. So, for example, we have retinol in our day defense cream, and we have retinol in restoring cream. The percentage, the dosage is different. Restoring cream has higher amount of retinol. The day defense has a lower amount of retinol. However, they're both safe to use the day defense at daytime and the night the restoring cream on nighttime. My recommendation is to start using those creams from every third day or every third night for 2 weeks, then to increase it for every second day and second night for another 2 weeks, and after a month I believe you and your clients can go and use all those creams, both of those creams, safely on daily and nightly basis. Why it is so? Just because it has a decent amount, a concentration of retinol, vitamin A in both, a skin who has never been used to vitamin A before can get a little bit of shock. So we don't want to shock our clients, we don't want to shock their skin. We just have to train their skin to be able to accept more and more of vitamin A. So that is why we have to again educate them on about vitamin A, about its ability to penetrate our skin and to work on our skin cells, about the conversion steps from retinol palmitate into retinol, retinaldehyde, and retinoic acid. It's a very sophisticated and a smart process inside of our skin cells, and once we just go slow and careful, our skin will be so very grateful to get this beautiful molecule and to thrive on it. So again, just to present Day Defense Alpha Beta Retinol, which has of course alpha hydroxy and beta hydroxy acids to rejuvenate, to hydrate, and to exfoliate dead cells of the skin. It also has a very potent antioxidants coming from fruit and berry extracts. It has beautiful formulation of vitamin E to help with antioxidants and to help with free radicals, as vitamin E is super powerful. The Day Defense cream also has a combination of organic and mineral reflectors. So this is for your clients who would be asking about sun protection. So yes, this cream has sun protection. That is why retinol is kind of safe to be put in and to be combined with the other components. However, when we use Day Defense cream during the daytime, I strongly recommend to apply additional sun protection on top of this cream, just to keep our skin in much more, just to give stronger protection. Okay. Excuse me, guys. All right. Yeah, just I hope you all guys who stay home with kids have been able to manage this and not to going crazy a little bit. Yeah, kids can be funny sometimes. Okay, so back to Alpha Beta Retinol Day Defense Cream. In addition, it also has vitamin C, which helps to brighten and hydrate the skin, and it's also super powerful antioxidant. So again, it's just such a beautiful formulation. It has decent high-end emollients to keep skin moistured and to prevent transdermal water loss. So basically, if you have a clients who are concerned with early signs of aging, a little bit of fine lines and wrinkles, a little bit of clogged pores, a little bit of discoloration, it just started to show in some deterioration of the skin, general but minor level, this will be a beautiful start to kick off all those conditions and to just to start to normalize the skin, because the main function of vitamin A is also to normalize all skin cells activities. So Day Defense Cream Alpha Beta Retinol, and its mate, which is a restoring cream of alpha beta retinol. It has pretty much same ingredients as a day cream, except for it doesn't have, of course, the filters for UV. We don't need it. The texture can be slightly more emollient, slightly richer due to more kind of hydrolyzed silk proteins and due to slightly thicker emollients in this cream. It also has a higher percentage of retinol in this cream, just to make sure that our skin cells getting enough and working a little bit more. The beautiful formulation of acids definitely helps to hydrate and rejuvenate the skin and speed up cells turnover. So we can suggest it to our clients as a couple product. We can separate them and just to match them with some different products. Let's say it can be multivitamin line, or it can be a CD Success line, or it can be Dermalite. I would say that for those clients who use Dermalite products, Alpha Beta Restoring Cream will be great addition for nighttime. That just a reminder that Dermalite does not have vitamin A, and I believe that if we do add vitamin A to treatment for pigmentation, we will benefit a lot more. So that's actually a beautiful combination. We may add this to Dermalite treatment as well. So Restoring Cream, one of my favorites of the products. And the one which I'm currently obsessed with, it's my own. So this is Alpha Beta Brightening Drops Retinol. So just to break the rule, first of all, it says to use on spots a couple of times a day. I use it on entire face and on neck and on the back of my hands, and I just love it. A beautiful, slightly kind of oily white texture of this serum with beautiful acids to again rejuvenate, hydrate and exfoliate, and vitamin A retinol. I've been using vitamin A for so long, so I have no fear to use it morning and night. And since I'm obsessed with sunblocks, I know it will not compromise my skin, but what it will do, it will actually bring my skin cells onto different higher level of activities. I know that I am actually having a much more of support to my skin cells with this beautiful kind of dark golden liquid. It has a beautiful rejuvenating effect and refreshing effect on my skin. I feel like kind of really pampered. I've noticed that the pores, I kind of have a little bit of oily T-zone, and it definitely helps with hydrating my skin and having those pores reduced. Now, it's not astringent, which is super important. It does not decrease or stripe off my skin barrier. No, it's actually helping to restore and helping to hydrate and protect skin much better from free radicals, but also boosting all skin cells activities, which we so need to. Again, once we start using this product, we can add it to different sort of skin routines. It can be a great addition to those who use Juvelast, because Juvelast also does not have retinol in a even stronger form. So start using this serum probably 3 times a week and see how we go. On entire face, 1 pump is just enough. Massage it into your face, slightly just distribute on your neck and decollete, and it will give you a massive support and boost before you apply your creams. Absolutely beautiful, highly recommended high-end product. Alpha Beta Retinol Brightening Drops. Another beautiful thing from this line would be, and I'm just going to show them together. So we have Alpha Beta peeling pads and Alpha Beta prepping lotion. You guys probably might remember that when we've been doing some demo treatments back at Active Crystals, I would always like to use Alpha Beta prepping lotion before I apply peel. So basically it's a great product for home use and for clinic treatments as well. What's so beautiful about that? Again, the main purpose of this lotion is actually to prepare skin for a better absorption and penetration of active ingredients. The mix of acids and exfoliating agents in this lotion and on those pads are absolutely equal. It just, some people may find it more comfortable to use pads, and some people will be going happier with the lotion. The key is not to overuse none of them, just because it can over dry our skin. I think maybe 3 or 4 times a week will be just enough, once a day, no need more. And it will be like a really tiny mini micro home peel for the skin. We just take this pad, we take a cotton piece or a gauze with this lotion, and we go circular movements all over the face, especially on those areas where we have some pigmented spots, or we have slightly rougher texture or more congested area like a T-zone or I don't know, on the chin or whatsoever. What does it do? Again, the main purpose is just to exfoliate and to prepare the skin for better absorption and penetration of the products. If we have done some treatment, chemical peel or needling or whatsoever, we have to avoid those two for at least a week, as it just can overstimulate the skin and bring it to undesirable shedding or overstimulated exfoliation. We don't want it. We just want to keep going with the normalized, regulated skin cells turnover, and especially in slightly older skin. And when I say older, I don't mean much older. I actually say it's from 27 years old, something like that. That's actually when we start slow down with the skin cells turnover. So approximately from this age, it will be beneficial just to boost skin cells renewal and to use one of those products a couple of times a week, 2-4 times a week. So as you see, everything in moderation. Skin doesn't like to be overwhelmed. It will just help to keep going, to decongest, to unclog, to shed dead layers of the skin, and to bring our active ingredients much deeper. Alpha Beta Pregnant Lotion and peeling pads, whatever you prefer. This is also comfortable to take if you go camping, or I don't know, like well, camping pretty much, or cottage. It just keeps it nice and sterile, and you don't need any additional items like cotton pieces or whatever. Enjoy. Next is our Alpha Beta Restoring Soap. Also has retinol. It's kind of foamy cleanser, beautiful for slightly oily, slightly congested, slightly pigmented skin. Definitely brings lots of brightness, helping to clarify and clean those pores, helping to refresh the skin. From my experience, it's always good to have it combined with a little bit maybe milder cleanser, just because if we use this one twice a day for unlimited amount of time, skin can get a little bit dry. So I would say using this soap maybe 4 or 5 times a week, only once a day, will be great. And to combine, to pair it with some milder cleanser, which can be a probiotic cleanser, or it can be a vitamin C cleanser, or well, let's say multivitamin cleanser as well. Any other mild cleanser will be a good partner to this one. And again, it just I always recommend to my clients to have at least 2 different cleansers, because skin is changing every day. In the morning or at night time, it can be absolutely different. So it's really important to consider that. I personally have 7 different cleansers, and I think it's just not enough because I am obsessed with cleansers. Alright, so Alpha Beta Restoring Soap, beautiful, helping to rejuvenate and to boost cellular activity and cells turnover, which is super important, especially for skin which needs a little bit of boosting. And the last product of the this line is Alpha Beta Brightening Mask. And we all know this mask. Some clients will probably tell you that it's a little bit stinging, burning when you apply it at the end of treatment, and it's not new. It's supposed to bring these sensations just due to active ingredients in this mask, and also because, again, if your clients have a peel and have had a peel and extractions, and skin has been a little bit sensitized, and the pH didn't balance yet, applying this mask can be a little bit sensitive, but just for maybe a first minute, then skin is settling. It does have calming compounds, it does have vitamin E, it has linolenic acid, which is also soothing and repairing barrier, calming and hydrating. It's got quartz mineral, which is beautifully hydrating and calming, and improves microcirculation. So this can be actually contributing factor to this little kind of flush and tingling sensations. But again, it's all beneficial. It's enhancing our skin cells with oxygen, and it's beautiful. Absolutely fantastic product for home use and for clinic treatments. And you can incorporate this mask not just only by protocol where you use only alpha beta retinol ingredients, but you also can go with so many different protocols, especially when it comes to rejuvenation or brightening and lightening the skin. So brightening mask of alpha beta retinol. Vitamin A is presented here as a retinol palmitate, which is a mild form of vitamin A, and it's absolutely safe to use for pregnant women. So that's a little note just to bring to your attention, guys. Vitamin A is not recommended even if it's topical application, even if it's cosmeceutical products for pregnant or breastfeeding ladies. The reason is just because we do not know exactly if some of those ingredients can really penetrate the bloodstream and to cross placenta and to get to fetus. We know that the oral supplementations of vitamin A can be detrimental. There are no research or trials or studies which would show that vitamin A completely safe if it's through topical applications. What we know for sure, though, that retinol palmitate is safe to use. As for retinol, which is in those products, and if you have someone is pregnant, we'll just go on hold with vitamin A for a while and we'll use some alternatives. So, which are actually just around me. We have a beautiful Renew formula, and Renew formula is another great cocktail of compounds and components to help with rejuvenating process and regenerating skin cells. So basically, the most potent here will be Renew Formula Magic Drops with alpha lipoic acid. It has retinol, vitamin A and retinol form. It has vitamin E. It's got borage seed oil, which also a rich source of fatty acids and other macronutrients for the skin, helping to restore skin barrier, helping to enhance hydration, helping to keep skin cells in much happier integrity, and beautifully hydrating and enhancing protection of the skin. So Renew Formula Magic Drops, if you ask me to compare alpha beta retinol and Magic Drops, so this is definitely more kind of rejuvenating with exfoliating properties, with more kind of refining skin. Renew Formula will probably suit more for clients who have thin, really dehydrated, more sensitive skin, to build up newer, healthier, plumper, thicker skin tissues. So that's the main difference I should consider. We can have retinol in different formulations, in the same potent formulation, but in different delivery systems, and it will work beautifully on both skin conditions, on different skin conditions. We just have to choose it correctly and right individually. So Renew Formula Magic Drops with retinol and alpha lipoic acid for thin, more sensitive, more dehydrated, dry, dehydrated skin. And if we want someone who, if someone from our beautiful clients is asking for vitamin A, but we know this lady is pregnant or is just going to try for a baby, or after birth but still breastfeeding, and we just want to be careful and not to overwhelm her with vitamin A in a strong form, we can definitely present and suggest Renew Formula Hydrosoft or Renew Formula Nourishing Cream, which is slightly richer and oilier than the Hydrosoft. So both of them have absolutely fantastic decent amount of retinol palmitate, which I said before is safe for pregnant or breastfeeding women, and it's also great combination of antioxidants and emollients to keep our skin happy and hydrated. Well, I would also say that the Hydrosoft and the Hydrosoft cream is also having a couple of interesting ingredients which are helping to neutralize undesirable elements from water which comes onto our skin and may actually help to, so those ingredients actually helping to neutralize and keep our skin in much healthier conditions as well. I would probably go and use Renew Formula Hydrosoft on skin which is a little bit oilier, tends to be a little bit oily, whereas Renew Formula Nourishing Cream will go slightly on more kind of on skin which tends to be drier, dehydrated. Both formulations, they absolutely lovely texture of both, easily and nicely absorbent, do not leave any oily grease on the skin, but skin feels just breathing and happy and really nourished and pumped with those two. Another product where we can find beautiful retinol is our Illustrious from Christina. Well, we do have actually more than just that, but given time and I just don't want to overwhelm and confuse you, I didn't pick up all of them. So today it's just Alpha Beta Retinol, Renew Formula, and Illustrious from Christina. We have a night cream for the face and we have a night cream for the eyes. Both of them contain retinol, and as we said again, it's beautiful just because Illustrious is a line which is designed to treat pigmentation and skin discoloration, and as I said before, vitamin A is absolutely imperative when we talk about pigmentation and even melanin distribution on the skin. Vitamin A will help to control melanin production and distribution, and also the other thing which we have to consider, what actually happens, what does vitamin A do to our skin when we have pigmentation disorders. So basically we need to get rid of those skin cells, damaged skin cells somehow. Vitamin A does fix and repair some of them to some extent, but it also has to replace them out of the system and to allow for newer, healthier skin cells to come up on their place. So this is what it does. And again, having vitamin A on board in these formulations and in these products is really beneficial. It is really bringing great results when we want to see our skin with more even tone and texture. Because again, it's just such a multi-targeting ingredient. It's a beautiful molecule and it helps with so many conditions. We just should embrace it and should learn how to work with vitamin A. So night cream of Illustrious and night eye cream from Illustrious with retinol both. So this was vitamin A from our alphabetical order, and our next superhero I'm going to talk to is ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid, vitamin C. It's another superhero which is super important skin constituent, and it's found at a high level of both epidermis and dermis. So vitamin C, ascorbic acid, does not occur naturally in our bodies, in our systems. We actually get it through food mainly. Main source of vitamin C is still food or supplements. So once we got it in food and supplements, it can get onto our dermis and epidermis through bloodstream. And here we come to an interesting question. So if we eat lots of fruit and vegetables with vitamin C, and we take supplements like 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C daily, will this be enough to protect and to enhance our skin with vitamin C? The answer is no. What happens when we digest vitamin C and it gets to our organs through bloodstream? We have to consider one factor. That's once our plasma vitamin C level gets saturated enough, it doesn't increase anymore. So it can be that much enough for our plasma to get this desirable vitamin C level. So at this stage, it will stop to distribute more vitamin C to our skin tissues. That's why we can't really tell if we've consumed enough vitamin C orally for our skin. And apparently, most likely, it is beneficial, and I do want to encourage all of us to take vitamin C from supplements and to consume more fruit and vegetables where we have vitamin C. But I also want to encourage all of us to use vitamin C topically, because this is, again, the best way to distribute this beautiful molecule onto our skin. So it's also interesting research and studies and the facts that we know now that from topical ingredients, it's considered to be a great concentration from 10 to 20% for serums and masks, which is just enough for our skin, and somewhere from 0.5% up to 5% concentration of ascorbic acid in creams will be also enough for the skin, just because we're going to apply it daily or 3 times a week, and it's just different from cream to serum. So let's see and try to separate. And again, I know we've been talking about vitamin C 2 weeks ago, and I had a little post on it on Facebook, but it just to show the difference and to see how we can organize the use of this beautiful serum of Theta Success and 2 of those creams, intensive, the cream with vitamin C, which is kind of suggested to use at nighttime, but we can definitely use it at daytime as well. And we also have a day cream for vitamin C, which is different with its texture just a little bit. So with vitamin C, what happens? With Theta Success, we have 2 formulations of vitamin C. We have ascorbic acid, again our letter A active ingredient, and it also has ascorbyl palmitate, another form of vitamin A, which is also starts from A. Sorry, vitamin C. My bad. Forgive me. So, what's the difference between vitamin C of ascorbic acid and ascorbyl palmitate? Ascorbic acid is purely acidic form of vitamin C, and it needs to be delivered into the skin in some certain conditions. First, it has to be surrounded by lower pH, so neutral pH or more alkaline pH will not work with ascorbic acid. We need it to be a little bit more acidic. So let's say pH 4 is kind of ideal. That's why when you apply vitamin C on the skin, you may feel a bit of tingling sensation. It's a little bit more acidic and your skin is just adjusting to it, which is fine. Vitamin C as ascorbic acid is also absorbing really fast. Once it's penetrated the stratum corneum, it actually has no problems to connect to our skin tissues, and it has massive impact on the skin health. It's beautifully hydrating and boosting the activity of glycosamine glycans to produce more hyaluronic acid. It helps to increase collagen production by stimulating fibroblasts. It definitely helps to brighten the skin, because we all know how potent vitamin C is in its not whitening but really brightening properties. Vitamin C is beautiful for capillaries. When we have our capillaries slightly more dilated, and we can see this tendency to dilate more and more, which can lead to kind of those increased redness of skin, we definitely need to implement vitamin C in our topical skincare. Vitamin C will help to strengthen the epithelium layer of capillary walls and potentially will reduce this effect of dilation, and will bring to much more even skin tone and smoother texture as well. Vitamin C is helping also to protect our skin from free radicals. So another beautiful molecule. We just we cannot not use vitamin C. We need vitamin C badly in our skin, and that's why topical application is so important. Now, with this serum of Theta Success, we have 17% of vitamin C of both ascorbic acid and ascorbyl palmitate. Ascorbyl palmitate, it's another form of vitamin C, which is a stable, non-acidic form, and it's more it's more working as a really potent antioxidant, soothing and hydrating. It also helps to reduce redness, and great for environmental damages. So if you guys have some clients who smoke or work in some sort of harsh environments, this will be great. With the concentration of this serum, I would recommend to stick to maybe 3 or 4 days a week, once a day only. You just can take 2 pumps, shake it well, 2 pumps, and distribute it all over face, neck, entire décolleté, and it will be a great support of vitamin C to all skin cells. See the success, the creams, they are both a beautifully formulated skincare day and night. I would say that See the Success cream, the night cream, it has a richer texture, so this is the main difference. It has a little bit more of extracts from oils to bring more fatty acids and essential fats and lipids to the skin. So if your clients have these flaky, dehydrated, slightly dry, slightly sensitive skin, it can be a great option to feed, to nourish, and to balance their skin before they start using a little bit even more active ingredients such as a vitamin A or acidic compounds. So starting with this product will give them great comfort and will give them great pleasure of feeling their skin fed, calm, and happy. It also helps definitely to bring more evenness to the skin and to skin texture and to skin tone by bringing more brightness and more hydration. So it's like to even the skin surface and to bring more calm. In those products in vitamin C day cream, we have ascorbyl, I think it's a sodium ascorbyl phosphate, and in the night cream it's a magnesium ascorbyl phosphate. So it's another form of ascorbic of vitamin C presented in the salts. And the main reason is just because they provide really fast penetration, they keep stable, and they do not irritate the skin. So beautifully, smartly formulated, and I've had so many great feedbacks about this products. People just can't really rave enough on them. So See the Success cream and See the Success intensive day cream. Right, so this was about our ascorbic acid. What else I would like to mention today for our sort of active skincare academy? Another 3 or 4 ingredients which are starting from A. So the first one is allantoin, and allantoin is a really magical product. It's beautiful and it's universal for almost all skin conditions. It's great for acneic, congested, inflamed skin. It's great for dry, dehydrated skin. It's great for sensitive, irritated skin. It's helping to calm and hydrate. It's helping to prevent appearance of blackheads and inflammations. It definitely provides great cleansing if you have it in your cleanser. It helps to soften the skin from those bumps, under skin bumps, and to hydrate dehydrated, inflamed skin. So I really love it, and I'm really happy to have this ingredient in See the Success Cleanser. Again, I know I mention it almost every time we meet, but really it is the product to almost all times and to almost all skin conditions. See the Success Cleanser with allantoin definitely will take great care of the skin, and it's actually one of those cleansers which is great to use morning and night with no any fear of decreasing or stripping your skin barrier, with no any fear of damaging or compromising skin. Next is azelaic acid, and azelaic acid is another super great compound. So it's a type of decarboxylic acid derived from barley, wheat, rye, from plants basically, and it's also a super interesting ingredient. It's known for its beautiful for its super potent properties to brighten skin and to bring skin to much more even tone, but also to much more even texture. Somehow it helps to reduce and eliminate those underskin bumps, congestions, and it's also helping. It's actually taking a great part in controlling melanogenesis process. It's helping to reduce tiredness activities, and it's helping to control melanin production in the skin. So we do have it in Dermalite Illuminating Serum for those who might be interested into. And again, azelaic acid, there is nothing to be afraid of. It's not compromising the skin. It's not over exfoliating the skin. It's actually normalizing and bringing skin to its best in terms of evenness and evenness of skin tone and skin texture. One more ingredient, so it's actually a group of ingredients, and we all know very well, we are all familiar very well with this group of ingredients. It's the alpha hydroxy acids, and again, it just to refresh our memory, alpha hydroxy acids are water-soluble acids: lactic, glycolic, malic, tartaric, citric, mandelic. So all of them, they are taken from plants. Fermented sugar, even lactic acid often can be actually taken not from lactose or whatsoever milk products, but actually it can be fermented from sugar, or it can be taken from tomatoes. So that's how interesting it comes. But yeah, so all those ingredients formulated with various properties, and they're all super beneficial for our skin. It's exfoliating, it's hydrating, it's refining, it's boosting alpha hydroxy, it's boosting hyaluronic acid production, it's regulating sebum secretions, it's speeding up self turnover, it's helping to absorb and deliver active ingredients to much deeper layers of the skin. So when we see alpha hydroxy acids, we can just say, yay, it's super good, it's super great for our skin, and we know actually what to expect. We can expect much brighter complexion, more refreshed skin tone, with more moisture and hydration content in the skin tissues. And last but not least for today, it's avobenzone. Avobenzone is a short trade name for butyl methoxydibenzoylmethan, long name for a chemical compound for chemical filter of UVA. So it's one of the most common UVA filters in sun protection skincare. It's been approved by FDA and by EU, European Union. So it's the safe ingredient to use. So when you see this long name, butyl methoxydibenzoylmethan, or just a short of it, avobenzone, you will know that actually this is going to protect your skin from UVA, which is great. So then you just have to be looking for another ingredient which will provide UVB protection. So it can be zinc or titanium, or both of them will be even best. And that's how you know your skin is going to be protected from detrimental UV exposure. So in our products, from memory, I think it's found, it's actually pretty sure, we can find it in probiotic from Unstress. So probiotic SPF 15 from Unstress has this beautiful compound, and it's also in Comodex Mattify and Protect. So that's how we know those products bringing us not just a good quality ingredients to boost and repair our skin, but also we are benefiting from great protection, which is inside of those creams. So I think that's it for today. Hope it's been helpful to just have it settled a little bit. we'll meet again in 2 weeks' time. I hope that by that time we will know more about some easiness on the lockdown restrictions, and I hope that every time we meet, it's actually we will get closer to the day when we can meet in real life at Active Crystal Educational Center. So far, stay safe, healthy, happy, smile, and if you have any questions, let us know. I'm happy to get in touch and happy to be my best at assisting you. You have a great day, drink lots of water, apply your sunblock, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.